Welcome back to Blackwell Convergence. This is my second attempt recording this because for some reason it didn't record properly. Also, I'm starting over. I had to start over from the very beginning and come back to this part. So now we're back to where we left off the last video.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's go over here. Let's talk to this guy. First, let's have him look at the mug.
An old guy.
Look at the mug.
The mug has a company logo on it. It says Gould Tech? No idea what that is.
Gould Tech. This is written on mug kept by a man at the Roosevelt Island Lighthouse. Not much of a lead, but I'll take what I can get. Yeah, so will I, Joey. Alright, let's head out of here. Okay, let's look up Gould Tech. Back at the residence here. Church, Gould Tech. What you got? Don Goldwater, deceased. The body of a man named John Gould was found at the Roosevelt Island Lighthouse. His father's reported to spend a long time at the scene. Sierra murder still large. The search begins with the murder of John Goldwater. His body was found at the Roosevelt Island Lighthouse early last week. John Goldwater was the chief researcher at Gould Tech, a local medical research facility. John lived by his father, Marty Goldwater, who often keeps vigil at the scene of the crime. Interesting. Let's head on out.
Let's go.
Yeah.
See what he has to say first.
Hi. Are you
Yeah?
Rosangela?
What do you...
Your son. I heard what happened.
You knew my boy?
No, but I'm looking into it.
You with the police?
No, but I'm sort of freelance.
Well, you can't do any worse than those worthless cops have. So sure, be whatever you want.
Alright then, let's ask him some questions.
Have you ever been to the Park Gallery?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Do you know Monique Stallman?
No.
Do you know anything about Frank Lyons, the actor?
The dead actor? Who isn't familiar with him these days? I saw the movie. Don't know what all the fuss was about.
Have you ever been to a bar downtown called the Minetta?
The Minetta? Is that place still around? Oh, I haven't been there for years.
So you know it.
I used to go there years ago.
Have you ever heard of a man named Joe Gould?
You mean Professor Seagull?
You've heard of him.
Sure I did. Back in the day, you'd always see him wandering the West Village. Must have been, 50 years ago. I was a young man then. He called himself Professor Seagull. If you gave him $1, he'd recite poetry in seagull language.
For real.
Who knows? It was a laugh. New York was full of people like that in those days. Times sure have changed.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Meltzer Foundation?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever heard of Joseph Mitchell?
Didn't he used to write for the New Yorker?
Yes.
I think I've read some of his work, but it's so long ago I can't remember.
How exactly was he killed? The newspaper didn't say.
His neck was crushed. They said he was choked. But there were no bruises on his neck. I never heard of anything like it.
Crushed.
Yeah, we have though.
Do you have any theories of your own?
Of course I do. It was his rival company that did it. Lazarus Technology. They did it, but I can't prove it.
Lazarus Technology. Martin Goldwater told us a rival company might have had Martin killed.
Why do you think this other company is involved?
Look, my boy was a genius. He ran a medical technology firm not far from here as one of their chief researchers. He was making a device that can improve the efficiency of pacemakers. A real breakthrough, he said. But this other firm, Lazarus, was working on the same thing. It was a real race to see who'd finish it first. He didn't eat, he hardly slept, he poured his life into his work. Then one night he called me to say he had finished. He wanted to celebrate. That was the last time I talked to him.
He was killed that night?
Yes, And a few days later, the device was registered by Lazarus. No justice. None at all.
Hmm. Well, let's look them up.
Well,
Uh-huh.
Let's go look up Lazarus Technology.
here we go. Lazarus Technology.
Lazarus established to review and research various health issues, conditions, disease, use technology to address them. Oh, okay, we got a phone number. Let's call them.
Thank you for calling Lazarus Technologies. Please choose from the following options. For general information about Lazarus Technologies, press 1. To inquire about our products, press 2. To speak to an operator, press 3.
Well, all we need is this.
Lazarus Technologies is the world's leader in biomedical and biomechanical engineering. We supply research and development to hospitals and clinics throughout the world. Lazarus Technologies is supported by a generous grant from the Meltzer Foundation.
What an interesting coincidence.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Which is not a coincidence. Alright, let's go confront them about this.
Yes,
Hi.
go right it.
You're not gonna be so happy when I tell you about
I
this.
heard you were at the gallery last night,
Yes.
and you saw what happened?
Yes.
Wow. Just wow. What would possess a guy to do a thing like that, huh?
I don't know.
Well, enough doom and gloom. What can I help you with?
Oh, yeah, I got something to tell you.
I heard that your foundation gave money to Lazarus Technologies.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That was one of our first success stories.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of a guy named John Goldwater?
No, sorry.
Really, because...
I heard that your...
Oh,
Have you ever... He was...
hey, that's it. Charlie used to work there. Hey, Charlie, did you know Joseph Mitchell?
Everyone knew him, Paul. He was a living legend.
A living legend. How about that?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever... Have you ever... Do you know anything about
Of course, you looked help.
Monique?
Monique, oh yes, she's the executive producer, isn't she?
Yes.
She's doing a great job. That place is earning money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Why weren't you at...
Oh, we would just be in the way, you know? Art's not really our thing. But Josie knows what she's doing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I got something to tell you.
I learned something interesting about Lazarus
Yeah.
Technologies. It rose to success on the shoulders of a murdered man.
Yeah.
That's a strong thing to say.
It's true. His company was an inch away from beating Lazarus, but then he was killed.
Yeah.
Even if this is true.
It is true. You can look it up.
Even still, I don't see how this is our fault.
2 men dead? That doesn't sound fishy to you.
Should it? What kind of men do you take us for? I have sympathy for Frank Lyons, but he died of natural causes. And as for this John Goldwater person, I have never heard of him. You'll need more evidence than that if you want to convince me of anything.
Oh, okay.
2 people.
Yes, so you said.
That doesn't bother...
Neither. If you're looking for...
Okay,
Well,
we've...
thanks for talking to me.
Sure thing.
Okay, so we've still got one more person we gotta... That's right, I've got to talk to Josie at the art gallery first.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking?
Why do you think...
Give it a ring.
Alright, let's head back to the park gallery and talk to her about...
Hi, Josie.
Rosangela, gosh, what a horrible night.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Poor Claude, I had no idea what the show was doing to him.
What do you mean?
Well, he killed himself, didn't he? Oh, he grumbled a lot, but I thought deep down he liked the attention. Still, at least his work shall live on.
You're keeping the gallery open?
Of course. Everything here is completely sold out.
Really?
That painting behind you? Yesterday, I couldn't give it away. Today, I'm being offered $5,000 for it.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's business, I'm afraid. I feel bad for Claude, but, well, I have debts. I have investors to pay back.
Yeah.
What will you do with the money?
Well, a percentage of it will go to my investors. As for the rest, I don't know. I could sponsor another artist like Claude, or I could give it to charity. I'll need to think about it.
Lucky for you, he died.
That's not fair. I've known Claude for years. I liked him a lot. He never felt his work would be seen by anybody, and now people believe his work has value. That's something, isn't it?
If you think so.
Okay. I don't think we need to,
Can I ask?
I don't think I'm meeting with...
Okay, so we don't need to ask her.
Bye, Josie.
Sure.
Alright, let's head back to the Meltzer Foundation, confront them that we now know 3 people connected to them have died. Very suspicious.
Go right.
Hi, Paul.
Hi again.
Yeah, about that.
It looks like the Park Gallery is going to be successful now.
Yes, Josie certainly has had her work cut out for her.
So do you. Her profits are your profits.
Yeah.
Yes, there is that.
And all it cost was one man's death.
Yeah.
Now that's unfair.
Let me break it down for you, Paul. Frank Lyons dies, and CubeStar Films becomes successful overnight. Claude Erdin commits suicide, and now the Park Gallery is selling priceless works of art. John Goldwater dies, and Lazarus Technologies becomes
Yeah.
rich and powerful. All these companies are represented by you. Don't you see how this looks?
This is a total coincidence. I'm sure of it.
Is it?
It is. And I'll tell you another thing. I don't like these accusations. I think you should leave.
I am going to get to the bottom of this.
Maybe you will, but it has nothing to do with us. Now go, before I call the police.
Come on, let's blow and let him stew for a while.
Alright. Now we let Joey stay because...
Yeesh.
She's crazy.
Crazy with teeth. You gotta watch out for women like that, Scooter.
Scooter, you haven't called me that since we were kids.
Really? Maybe I should start calling you that again.
Whatever.
Stay put, kid. I'm gonna snoop around.
Hey, Scooter, do you have last week's earnings reports?
I gave them to you an hour ago.
You did? Ah, right. Thanks, Scooter.
I've done some research on that rabbi who came in last week.
How's he look?
I think we'll have to politely decline.
Ah, too bad.
Okay.
Hey, Scooter, how about a game of tennis after work today?
I don't think so, Paul.
Suit yourself.
Alright. Now we got the information we need. Let's head back here. I believe. Let's do a search for... Okay, Charles Meltzer. Alright, log in. Log out Charles. Got Charles M. Scooter.
Charles doesn't get a lot of emails, it seems. There's just a bunch of names in his inbox.
Whoa.
Frank Lyons, John Goldwater, Claude Erdin. Joey, look at this. It's like a hit list of everyone who was killed by the Countess.
Yep.
So Charlie was writing about each of the victims. I knew there was something fishy about that place. Come on, let's go back there and talk to him.
What on earth do we say?
Think of something, kid. History is repeating itself, and I don't... What was that?
Looks
Uh-oh.
like his inbox is being updated.
Yeah. With my name. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
My name. That's my name.
That son of a... Mess with us, Willie.
He just marked me. I'm next.
Look, don't worry. She might not come right away. We have time to plan.
Well, too late for that.
You killed Claude. And the others.
I did not kill. I healed them.
No, you didn't.
Can it? We've heard this song before.
Really?
Just back away, real slow-like.
I only want to help.
We don't want your
I
help.
think we've had about enough of your help, lady. Back off, kid. I'm ready this time.
I have to help her. Just let me help her.
Oh, yeah? Help yourself to this.
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, let's head over here.
Where is she? She isn't far. I can sense her.
You think I'm telling you?
Where?
Well, I know for sure she's not through that door behind you.
Alright.
No place to go. I can't run away unless Joey comes with me, and Joey's the only thing holding her back. Come on, Rosa. Auntie did it 30 years ago, so can you.
Ah, we need that.
I wish you were here, Auntie. I really do.
Okay.
That's far enough, sister.
Joey, leave it.
Leave it like hell.
Hey, look at this.
Ooh, that's... I wanted to help her.
And look where it got you.
Yeah.
You think anyone appreciates your help?
No. No!
Okay. Okay. Weird.
How did we end up here?
I have brought you here. You are safe now. I have saved you.
Saved me? What do you mean, saved me? What did you do? Joey, did she kill me? Am I dead?
I don't know. Lady, I suggest you start talking.
There is nothing to say. You are safe now, both of you.
My dear, you carry on so.
Who's this bitch?
You. It's you. I've been looking for you for so long. Why did you leave me?
My poor host, you cast me out. You broke our bond. It's too late to repair it.
What? No. Why would I do that?
Your mind is so broken that you do not remember. My, you are a mess. You don't even know your own name, Countess, indeed. Regardless, it is time for this to end.
End? Is there an end?
For you, there can be, if you let me.
I trust you, Madeline. I always will trust you.
Rosangela Blackwell, Joseph Malone, it is a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm sorry it had to be under such unpleasant circumstances.
Unpleasant is right. Who are you?
Yeah.
My name is Madeline, and a long time ago, I was this poor soul's spirit guide. She corrupted our bond, and I'm afraid the damage to both of us was quite severe. Can you help us? Can you help us end this cycle of death?
Yes, I'll help you. I don't have much choice. She's killed me.
Killed you? No! She left you quite unharmed. But regardless, there is no time to waste. Come with me. Now just relax.
Hey, what's the big idea? All right, you. Talk. Where are they?
The pattern. They're going to fix the pattern.
Okay.
Talk sense, will ya?
The source. Cut off the source and the pattern will revert.
Why do I bother? Great. Trapped on another plane of existence with the Countess of Crazyville. They better know what they're doing.
Hey, what happened? How did you do that?
This is where the link originates.
Link?
The bond between your Countess and her hosts. Part of her is trapped here. You must remove it.
Okay. Alright, let's head in there.
For the upteenth time, I have no money for your fund.
Look, there's Joseph
Chosen
Mitchell
pity. At least lend us a cigarette.
and Joe Gould.
Ahem. I believe we got company.
Ah. Miss, could you perhaps spare a few dollars for the Joe Gould Fund?
Yep, that's Joe Gould and that's Joseph Mitchell. Joseph Mitchell, of course, was important in Blackwell Unbound, and he's back in this one, so let's talk to Joe Gould first.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Joseph Ferdinand Gould. I am graduate of Harvard magna cum difficultate and chairman of the board of Wheel and Woe Incorporated. In exchange for a drink, I'll recite a poem, deliver a lecture, argue a point, or take off my shoes and imitate a seagull. I prefer gin, but beer will do.
I've been hearing a lot about you lately.
My reputation precedes me.
I saw your portrait in the Minetta.
The Minetta. Yes, I'm quite famous there, you know.
I gathered.
It's all thanks to Mitchell, of course. The Joe Gould Fund filled its coffers nicely when he wrote his article.
What are you doing here?
I don't quite know myself. We've all got to be someplace. As I understand it, I was mentally linked to my old friend, the Countess. I wish I'd known. It explains everything that my work was trying to prove.
Your work?
I have had many callings. I studied the seagulls of the world and learned their language. I spent months measuring the heads of 1,000 Chippewa Indians. But before I died, I was putting to paper the most important literary work known to man, the oral history of our time. It was a compilation of the conversations of the city, overheard in bars, subways, street corners, and diners. Put together and studied properly, it would have revolutionized everything.
Okay.
How would it have revolutionized everything?
We were all connected, every single one of us. But how? Think of the ramifications if we found out.
It sounds like quite an undertaking.
It was my life's work.
Okay.
How did you know the Countess?
We met in a diner like this one. We'd often spend a week or two walking along the docks to discuss seagulls. She had many interesting theories on seagull linguistics. Then, one day, she disappeared. But a link had already formed between us. It's everything my oral history was trying to prove, that we were all linked.
Uh-huh.
The Countess is killing people.
Murder? No. No, I refuse to believe that. She couldn't hurt a fly.
Well...
Why is she called the Countess?
That's what she chooses to call herself. Far be it for me to tell her otherwise.
The name doesn't seem strange to you?
When you lived a life like mine, you take people at face value. Who cares about names? I once knew another fellow without a name. Called himself the Deacon.
Rosa's very familiar with the Deacon. She encountered him back in the Blackwell Legacy.
The Deacon? You knew the Deacon?
Oh yes, he was this gloomy career drunk. One summer night while sitting in a doorway of the Bowery, he caught the scent of sulfur. He looked up and saw the devil himself standing over him. Since that night he believed he lost his soul. Not the most charitable drinking companion, if I may say so.
No, he wouldn't be.
You knew him?
Sort of.
Fancy
yeah.
that.
Yep.
What's your connection to Joseph Mitchell?
Ah, Mitchell, my benefactor. He made me quite famous, you know. But my goodwill only extends so far.
Why's that?
A cigarette. He has them. He won't give me one. It's demeaning to have to beg for one measly cigarette.
You want a cigarette?
Yes, I want a cigarette.
I'd like to read.
And I'd like you to, but I'm afraid it belongs to the ages now.
There was also the problem of it never existing in the first place.
Of course it existed, only not on paper. It was over 3 million words, 3 times the size of the Holy Bible. The work transcended mere parchment and ink.
What about those essays you published in the Dial?
A passing fancy, nothing more.
You wrote essays?
For the now-defunct Dial magazine. I still have the originals. Do you want to see?
I'd like to see that essay.
Here you go.
Cool.
It appears to be an essay about insanity, but the handwriting is so awful I can barely make it out. Just as well. I don't have time to read all this stuff.
Really, all we need is this
I don't
paperclip.
think he'll miss this.
Yeah, that's all we need. It's paperclip. Alright.
Here you go.
Always glad to share.
Alright. Now, let's use the paperclip. And get in here.
Easy. What's that noise? That oven is closed.
Well, let's open it.
There's nothing in here.
Check the center of it.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is
There's
weird.
a strange glow coming from inside.
Yep.
Hello?
She comes.
Okay, who the fuck are you?
Who are you?
Part of a whole. Left behind. Safe here. Leave me.
Okay.
Are you the Countess?
Countess, one of our names. Yes. I no longer live, but part of me remains. Leave me.
I need to take you out of here.
No. Safe here. Warm here. I stay in warm places. Too cold out there.
My hand goes right through it.
No. Too cold. I will survive here and save fire. Leave me.
Okay, what do we say?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm talking to an oven.
Yes, you are.
A sound idea. I'm sure it made more sense than most people I know.
Oh.
So this is the kitchen. Such a bare and emotionless place. Not even a bottle of ketchup.
Alright, let's get back out. Because I can now get a cigarette from this guy. Joseph Mitchell.
Hello. You're Joseph Mitchell, aren't you?
I believe you have the better of me, Miss
Blackwell. Rosangela Blackwell.
Blackwell, huh? I might have known.
Very familiar with
You
her.
met my auntie.
Your auntie, yes. I do see a slight resemblance. I did warn her to leave well enough alone, but she was determined. Let's hope that you can do some good here.
What are you doing here?
We are echoes, leftovers, if you will. We were linked to the Countess when we were alive. When we died, part of ourselves got trapped here.
So you're not a ghost?
Not fully. I'm not sure what I am. I remember living, I remember dying, but I don't feel like Joseph Mitchell. All I know is that when I thought of death, an eternity with Joe Gould was the last thing on my mind.
What is your connection to the Countess?
I don't know. I never met the woman. Joe Gould was the one who knew her. He had a special bond with her, apparently. But somehow, he passed it on to me when he died. Next thing I knew, I was murdering people by writing about them. There was no choice. I had to stop writing.
I studied some of your work in journalism school.
Now that's just foolish. I was a relic, even before I died. The city I wrote about has long since evolved and changed into something completely different. But that's New York City, isn't it? Wouldn't be New York if it stayed the same year to year.
Did you know Charles Meltzer?
Yes, I did. He worked at the New Yorker back in the late 70s. He would come into my office
Very
and ask
interesting.
about the old days, and I was happy to tell him. I knew he would never cut it as a reporter, but he had a very keen, analytical mind. I almost forgot all about him, but it appeared a link formed between us, nonetheless. When I died, my connection to the Countess passed on to him.
And then he used the connection to kill people with him. With it.
Charles Meltzer is using the Countess to kill people.
By accident?
No, on purpose. He sent her after me.
Now, that's a shame. I'm aware that through my actions I killed a few people, but I could forgive myself for it, since I was unaware of what I was doing. But many times I thought to myself, I have a weapon. It's untraceable. Nobody knows about it. I could use it, but I did not. I was tempted, but I did not. Not once. You have to stop, Charles. Break this link. Destroy this place. No more innocents should have to die.
How do I break this link?
I wish I knew. I'm afraid all this is a bit beyond me.
Why did you write about Joe Gould?
He's a fascinating man. Intolerable company, but fascinating. He exemplified everything about New York at the time. Its artistic expression, its frustration, its joy and heartbreak. His oral history, or the idea of it, energized the work of dozens of writers and intellectuals. But the more I got to know him, the less I wanted to be around him.
Did you ever read Joe Gould's oral history?
That, it never existed. Or if it did, Mr. Gould never shared it with anyone, which amounts to the same thing.
You know why I never wrote it down. People would have died.
You didn't stop telling people you were writing it, did you?
What could I say? The truth? They would have chucked me in a loony bin.
Okay.
Why don't you give him a cigarette?
When you give that man a cigarette or a drink, he likes to talk. And the only subject Joe Gould likes to talk about, at length, is Joe Gould. And the only person for him to talk to is me. So, I do not give him a cigarette.
Makes sense.
Gould has left the room.
I see. Thank you for that.
Have you reconsidered giving him a cigarette?
I suppose I have been a little hard on the man. Here, I don't smoke anymore anyway. Give him the whole pack.
Alright, we got a full pack of cigarettes.
The oven in the kitchen is talking.
Is it now?
This doesn't surprise you.
Miss, look where we are.
Yeah, good point.
I stopped being surprised ages ago.
Yeah, he's got a point. Alright.
Thanks for talking, Mr. Mitchell. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Miss Blackwell.
Alright. Well, we'll have to see what we can do next time, but let's save our game, and hopefully this worked this time. We're going to save it under this. And hopefully it saves. Anyway, Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more Blackwell Convergence. Stay tuned for future Let's Plays. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments, and I will see you next time. But for now, bye-bye.